Go ahead. There we go. So my name is Rachel Richards, and I will be hosting you tonight. And we will be going through some things to accelerate your July, even as a new coach. Some key things that will hopefully help you to be more successful. And I'm going to start out actually by having a couple of our newer coaches um, share with you because I know it's always nice to hear from each other. And so I'm going to kick it off with a couple of shares tonight. And one of our coaches has restarted her business. And so I'm excited for her to share because she's treating it like brand new, coming in, kind of wiping her hard drive clean and just doing it. And she's already hit senior coach. So I'm super excited to hear from Miss Dobby. And with that, we will start off with Dobby Medeski. She's just gonna, this is just family time, right? This is supposed to be really interactive, guys, especially with these new coach power hours. We're all just going to share. And if you have things you want to ask, take yourself off mute. This is not formal. This is not me talking at you. I'm just facilitating this call. And last week we were lucky enough to have Eric and Kristen guide us, and we'll have different leaders guiding us throughout. So this is family time. Don't be intimidated. Please ask questions. But with that, Dobby, you want to kick us off and just share a couple of things that worked for you as you restarted your business and you've hit senior coach, and give us a couple nuggets from your point of view. Oh, you're on mute, my friend.
I always do that. And believe it or not, I was virtually teaching this last year and decided to retire. And, basically it's being consistent. It's following the leader. I got in my way a lot. I just kept overthinking it and overthinking it and overthinking it and started following the leader. And I was really scared to ask questions because I thought, oh, they're going to think I'm dumb. I don't want to ask any questions. So I started asking questions in the thread and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. So just being consistent, getting out of your own way, obstacles the way. I know my mentors, we played softball together. And so we always say, I go, well, I'm on second, or she goes, I'm on second and I'm going to hit you in. And then Rachel's like, bases are loaded. What are you going to do now? So just make it fun. I wasn't making it fun. I was making it really hard, really hard. And it's not hard if you follow the leader because our leaders are amazing.
That's so good. Thank you so much. That it's been such a joy. You guys, it's such a joy to see people operating at their highest and best, to see people having fun, to see people just stepping into their greatness and going, what if, like, yeah, I'm just going to do these things. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do it with my personality, with my flair, with who I'm trying to attract. Remember, we have this great tool, Optavia, right? But you get to choose, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about tonight in just a bit, is like you have a message and you get to attract those people to your business. You get, for me, I've told you before, it's autoimmune. Why? Because experientially I suffered so badly that I had to pay it forward when I felt better. I had to. It was like no ifs, ands, or buts, right? The vitality over 45. I want to appeal to that crowd. I want to say your season hasn't ended. It's just beginning and you can claim vitality at any age. I want to talk to people that have cultures that are centered around food and say, me too. I'm Italian. I'm here at my grandma's right now. Like it's all about food. You realize that the vehicle is Optavia, but that your message and who you get to attract and what you get to share is totally where you get to have fun and be extremely creative and just live out loud. It's so cool that you get paid to do that. I don't know if that's hit you yet, but let it hit you tonight. With that, let's move on. We've got some more wisdom that we are going to hear from. Let me just make sure. Okay, yes. Anthony and Adrienne Williams have just been so much fun. They're on the Nalties team, and they have just been so much fun to watch. and partially mentor just in the little bit that I've got to interact with them has just been such a joy. So why don't you guys share? We know now, keep me current because I got my running shoes on. We hit senior coach, and then you've hit manager already. Is that right?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
beautiful. Share with our group a couple things that if you just bought your kit tonight or the ink just dried, what do you recommend? What should we think about as we get started?
Well, one of the things that drives me is the mission. I know it's something that I believe in, and I know it's good for mankind, for everybody that I know. And just with the things that I've been learning in my life book and in Dr. A's Habits of Health have really transformed my mind, and it makes me even more passionate about getting it out to people. I love people and I want them to be at their best. So knowing the mission and knowing my why, that I want to see my friends, families, everyone that I know healthy, that drives me.
Hmm. Well, as for me, first thing is the person before me,
Dobby.
stated it very, very well. Follow the leader. We have fantastic, fabulous leaders, and if you show me the way, I can follow it.
Mhm.
Just show me the way, show me the path, and I can follow it. And the thing that I'm learning in this business, especially we're new, and but our business is expanding, is just like my leaders said, just like they said, and just as the book says, if you do the numbers,
That'll happen.
it'll happen.
And if you follow the
Because I don't think there's no magic panacea, but it's simply you do the numbers and you'll be surprised. I've been utterly surprised. I went into I'm just going to be brutally honest. I went into some HAs in the back of my mind saying, they're not gonna go for it. They need it, but they're not gonna go for it. And I was floored when they said, sign me up. And I'm talking about right there on the spot. Here's my credit card. Let's do it. So, it's just do the numbers and
Looking for
don't
people.
prejudge people.
looking for people that are looking for us.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh man, that was so good, you guys. I love it. I love the energy that you guys are bringing to the organization. Dobby, Anthony, Adrian, many of you are bringing energy into the organization. So one thing I wanted to ask you tonight, no matter what your tenure, 4 years, 4 months, 4 days, 4 weeks, what kind of energy are you bringing to the mission? That's the very first thing. I just want you to, in your own quiet time, I want you to think about that, because sometimes the longer we've been here too, we bring energy, but it's not the good kind. Okay? So what's refreshing about spending time with new coaches is the energy that you guys bring, the freshness of mind, the passion, and the ability to play follow the leader and just be open, coachable, and curious. It's so fun to spend time with new coaches. And so I thank all of you for the energy that you're bringing into the organization. And I can feel it. Like, it's a very cool thing. And I want to ask you that, is like, as a new coach, and this is funny because Gary and I were talking today on Facebook about making decisions for other people and how we profile people, or sometimes we think, like you just said, um, Anthony, is, oh, this guy's never going to go for it. I hope I'm not wasting my half an hour because I feel like, it's not going to happen. And we have a certain narrative for people. We have a story. We have a narrative, a story that we carry for people, right? And sometimes people are trying to break out of their narrative and they're trying to break out of their story, and we got to let them, right? Where it's like, no, 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 I want to come out of this story, but we can't create the readiness. And so that's the hard part about coaching, is sometimes we so badly want it for them that we want to impute the readiness into them, where we're like, I'm just going to give you some of mine because you don't have enough, right? But it doesn't work. And the only time I get frustrated in this business, in this mission, is, and I do get frustrated, I'm a human being and I am full of flaws, is when I'm trying to make something happen before that person's ready. Okay. And that includes coaching coaches, that includes coaching clients, all of the things. That's the only time really that I get frustrated, is when I want something to happen and it's not that person's season, maybe in their business or in their health. Okay. And so I want to talk to you new coaches about this idea of drinking the Kool-Aid. I know it sounds funny, but there's two kinds of Kool-Aid that we can drink in this world. One is very negative, and the world has plenty of it for you, right? Where they're like, here, drink this, and it's all around you. And so when people say, well, I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid too much, I want to maintain a clear head in this, I would just tell you that there's two kinds of Kool-Aid. The world's got one, and Optavia is offering you another one. Okay. And it is definitely going to be an immersive experience. You need to immerse. How do we say this? Someone help me. You need to go through an immersive process, like immerse yourself into the culture in order to have an opportunity to really understand who we are. And I'm sharing this tonight because sometimes new coaches, they do like this, like, it's almost like I'm going to have like an arm's length with this thing, and I'm going to protect myself a little bit. And I'm going to kind of limit the amount of Kool-Aid that I let come in here because I want to keep a clear head. And I just want to share with you that the world has a Kool-Aid for you. Okay. We've been drinking it a long time. It hasn't really served us very well. Okay. I want to encourage you to drink the Kool-Aid here. For the next 30, 60 days, like as much as you can consume. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm serious. Like, there's some things that are coming up that will help you, because here's the deal. If you drink the Kool-Aid and you go all in and you don't like it, at least you'll know and go, I went all in. I did all the things and I didn't like it, right? That's fine. That could happen. I haven't really seen that yet. I'll be really honest with you. In the 4 years that I've coached, the only time I see someone not really like it is when they're not doing the things that we suggest. Okay. Just being really unplugged as a loving mentor. I'm telling you that the only time it doesn't work out is when you toe dip, because you never really know that you know that you know that it's for you or it's not for you, because you didn't really get in the water and get up to your shoulders. We were just talking about you guys getting that cold water, where this weekend it was so hot outside and you get in the pool and I just kind of like let it choke me off up to here. And then Tim's like, just dip it under your shoulders and go, like, don't torture yourself. And yet I do it all the time. And as soon as I go under and I come back up, I'm like, I'm okay. That's what I'm going to ask you newer coaches to consider for the next 60 days, is just dunk all the way under, and you'll see, oh my gosh, I'm getting equipped, I'm getting educated, I'm learning my way, I'm getting soft skills, hard skills, and I'm starting to see that this is fun and I can do it. But if you keep a distance, or if you play it slow or toe dip, it's kind of that thing that can take a long time. Just a little bit that I wanted to share tonight.
Can I share something?
Yes. Who is that? I can't.
Oh, it's your husband.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I hear someone.
This guy over here. Yeah. So I love that. And I think, a couple things. So, it's funny because I think we all do it, right? We do it when we start a program. We're like, not really sure, but we're going to see, right? And so here's the funny thing though, is when you're helping clients, you got to get out there just like your coach did and get them started on the program, right? And so part of it is like going all in is just like what worked for you, in your program. You went all in. You had no other hope. It was like, hey, I'm working with this gal or guy, and I got to go all in. So I'm drinking it all. And I think that's really what Rachel's talking about, is like having a reservation about something that works so well for you, so well that you said, I'm going to spend $199 and buy a coaching kit. Now, if you just say, we'll see, I don't care how many people you help. I just want to make sure that you're going all in, and whoever you get to help, that you realize this is it. Like, this is the blessing, right? That I needed, that I'm receiving, and I'm also able to give back. I want to tell you quickly, I don't want to use our time. I want to hear some of your shares too, because they've been awesome so far. Talking about drinking the Kool-Aid, I'm probably the most skeptical person in the world. And so I watched Rachel for a year after we started program together, and I had tremendous success. And I waited a year to start coaching because I got all in my head about me and my ego and what my identity is around. And so what was really cool is I went to my first event, and I know Rachel's going to be talking about that tonight. Holy cow. Like, if I had a story, it was completely opposite, upside down, totally different paradigm when I heard Dr. A. And so what I want you to know is that what I've fallen in love with is what Rachel's talking about, and what the Williams talked about. It's the mission. If you keep your eyes on the mission, man, it's super clean. Your clients are going to love it, and you're going to love it, right? You're going to enjoy what you're really chasing, is helping other people with something that you've learned. So we have virtual convention. Tomorrow is the last day to register for virtual. Do yourself a favor. Meet with us. We're all going to be in there. Most of us that are on this call are going to be there, and we'd love to share this experience with you. So you're going to love it. You'll get a deep meaning of the vision when you sign up for a virtual convention. It's $99. Not one of us here makes anything. I don't think I need to say that to this group, but I want you to know the passion behind you going is because I know what you'll be missing if you decide not to. And it's what I needed to fuel this journey. So anyways, thanks so much.
No, that's awesome. So good. And that does take care of one of our actions for tonight, is that $99 investment, that tax deduction that you're going to need, because you're going to help so many people. You're going to want some of those deductions. Get a hold of it, because it's just like anything. I want to ask you this, like some of the things we do here, where else does it work? So if I were to be hired part-time at a company and they were saying to me, you can set your own hours. We're going to train you 5 hours a week. But we have a convention that you need to go to because you're representing this company now. I would never in my wildest dreams in my employment career have said no to a convention that I worked at. But here, everything is going to give us breakthrough, and you're going to be the CEO of your life. What we're really inviting you to is a new way of living. This new way of living, it can be a little scary when you're like, I get to redesign my life. You mean my health and my finances and my schedule and my sense of purpose? Yeah. And we're going to do it slowly. But how will you ever know what the heartbeat of this organization is if you're not connected to the mothership, the visionary, and the true leaders of this operation? For me, I went to convention. I went there to see how I wasn't going to do it. I know that sounds terrible, you guys, but I'm just being straight up with you. I had such a crossroads in my business where I was a one-on-one wellness coach operating in a one-on-one setting, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to do Optavia and bring it into an existing wellness practice. Was I going to have my clients talking to Josh and Michelle when I was being paid to give them wellness advice, right? So I had a real dilemma in my brain. And I went there to see like why it wouldn't work. And when I got there, I realized not only will this work, but guess what, girlfriend, you're going to need to scrap all that other stuff you're doing because it isn't working. And that was a really hard thing for me to hear, is that my one-on-one model was not going to help anybody. And that was a gut check that I got at convention. And I came back and I realized my model was broken and that it was not what this world needed. And that was a hard one. I chewed on it for a year. Okay. But I'm just saying, convention, let's do it. Okay. Next thing I wanted to go over with you guys is really what we're looking at, the magic of this business, the fundamental truth in our business is we start conversations. So maybe you're learning with your mentors, maybe you're learning how to post things that fall into 3 categories. Is it inspirational? Is it educational? Or is it engaging, right? So it engages me. I get to give my opinion. I get to interact with it. I get to tell you what dress I like better that you have hanging up, right? So when you post something, is it inspirational, engaging, or is it educational, right? And so from that, we want to make sure that we're starting 10 conversations a day. An easy way to do that is 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening. And then the 1, what do we do with that 1? Because that only gives us 9. The 1, as a new coach, we got to get the word out. So here's what I'm going to suggest. There's 10 days left in this month. There is a lot of people that are coming back to getting their school routine. They're coming home from vacations. We're already starting to see the interest climb, okay? Because people want that, like, I've been having fun. Kids are going back August 3rd, August 11th. I got to get my schedule back and I got to start eating right. I've had some camping trips, etc. So the timing is right for us to get the word out. It's always right, but it's even more right now. So that 1, if I was Gary, I'm talking to you, Gary, I would take my story, I would type it up, and I would ask some 2 o'clock in the morning friends to please share my story on their Facebook. And ask them, will you please share my story about here's my transformation. I'm not doing any gimmicks, any fads, or any diets. I'm doing transformational health coaching, which includes mindset, skill sets, and nutrition, all of it. I am looking for people that want a new way of living, and I am coaching them. Here's my story, and I've already started to impact lives. Who's coming with me? This is your friend saying, this is my buddy, Gary. If you guys are looking to circle around your health and get it together, call this guy. He's the real deal. He's walking the talk. And he has a comprehensive program that I believe in because I believe in him. And I know that if he says it's good, right? So we need that to happen this week. Every coach on this call needs to ask somebody to do that this week if you want to grow your business, if you want to connect with other people. Now imagine out of the 600 people that you know by first name, just imagine with me that one of them every week is sharing your story, and that you're able to connect with 3 people in the morning, 3 people in the afternoon, and 3 people in the evening. And you kept it so simple. Alarms went off on your phone. Go start 3 conversations. And you said, excuse me, I need to go work my business for 15 minutes. And you went and did that. And then you came back. And what are we engaging? Well, who's looking at your post? I did a recipe this week. I think it's up to 79 comments. I think, could be more. So if it's growing like that, I have people that I can start conversations with. So we're not saying, how are you? Do you want to do my program? That's one way to start a conversation, okay? We're just building relationships and we're getting the word out. Every single day we're getting the word out. So I don't know how many of you have tried this action item. I have, and I got a health assessment and a client from it last week. My dad shared it out for me and it was immediate. Her name is Kay and it's amazing. So I haven't even tried this to the degree that I want to, but I know that it works. Okay, so consider that as a challenge. The other thing I want to ask you is, as a new coach, who do you admire that's in the business? So I want you to think about someone where you're like, I admire this person. I think that they are a great health coach, a mentor, whatever. Anybody, could be anybody. Doug Wood, Dan Valentine, Jamil Frazier, Michelle and Josh Bomba, Karen Elstrom. I don't know, just you name it. Who are they? Or maybe it's you're a new coach and you're like, it's my mentor. Amazing. If you admire them, do you mimic them? Do you mimic them? Do you play a mean game? Adrian and Anthony talked about this. Do you play a mean game of follow the leader, never reinventing the wheel, just literally being a copycat? So remember, the world has Kool-Aid, right? In the world, if you're a copycat, you're a poser. You're a copycat, you're not original. Here at Optavia, we're like, copy me. I'll show you how. You want my notes? Can I help you study for the test? Would you like to go to coffee and review the notes together? I want you to be as successful as me. I'm not threatened by you. I want you to win. I want to win. We all want to win. So the Kool-Aid we have is so different that it feels weird. It's like, are you guys really that nice? Maybe I'll just chill out on ice over here and just make sure you guys are the real deal for a little bit. Because all this goodness is like a bit much, so I'm going to have to break it. Okay? Don't do that. Just go all in. Your mentors are for real. They really want you to be successful. They really, really did attach at a heart level to your dreams. They really want to see you do it. And all the things you do that are scary, they're just going to grow you relationally in every area outside of Optavia. That's the good thing. That's why we call this personal development, because everything you do here that's scary is going to show up in every other area of your life, and it's going to be amazing. So this is really just personal development, and Optavia is your vehicle. Okay. So any questions, comments, amens, anything you guys want to share? We have 2 minutes left. But I just really wanted to talk tonight about some of the things I was trying to, this is what I asked myself. When I was a new coach, what was I thinking? And I just kind of went with that. And I want you to think, what are your clients thinking? They might be afraid to drink the Kool-Aid. They might be afraid to get on and go under and get all in with the 4 components. And they still have their little shoulders sticking out, shaking, trying to get healthy, but they're not using the whole system. And your job is to say, friend, please, can I have 30 days of blind trust? You've done it your way for 30 years. Can I have 30 days of blind trust where you just go under the water and go, oh my gosh, this is not so bad. I like this book challenge. It's actually pretty great. You know, this is what we're offering our audience. So as you're being dared to do this, you then get to go dare your clients to do it. And it's awesome. So any comments, questions before we wrap up tonight and go register for convention, wink, wink, for anybody that hasn't done that yet?
That was awesome. Thank you so much. Perfect.
Thank you, honey.
I'm just going to say register for convention. When I was a new coach, I was like, yeah. And then I went to an event in Arizona and I declared, I'm going to help 1,000 people. Like that seems big to me. Like if you try to visualize 1,000 people, right? And I just look at my numbers and I'm amazed that in the 2 years since then, our organization, between Brian and I and all of our coaches, 579 people, 579 households, which is going to multiply. The multiplication is so huge. So go to convention, watch it virtually, take that time, drink the dang Kool-Aid. Seriously, this company is amazing and it's helping so many people have remarkable breakthrough in their lives, not just in their health. And borrow our faith in that until you see it for yourself with your own clients. All of us, you know, Rachel's been around a long time and she's seen quadruple what I have probably. And I had to borrow her faith in it for a while. And I did that and I jumped in and it's pretty remarkable.
And I might add, yeah, like you did that shift, right? It came at an event. I remember Eric Reyes came to an event. The Nolties, they were already all in, but they just went all in extra after the event. They started at all in, you know. I envy it. It's a beautiful thing to say, what if? I'm not going to get in my own way. If this thing doesn't work out, it ain't because of me, right? Like, isn't that cool? That you could say, if this doesn't work out, it's not because of me. I did everything you said and then some, right? Isn't that awesome? So anybody have anything else before we get off of this call? Go put the last bit of oomph into July. You guys, people are ready. We just got to live out loud and we got to be out there, available, relevant, and present, and mimicking our mentors so that whatever they're doing, we're doing, and we'll have a chance. Okay. So,
Rachel, it's
sorry.
Patrick.
oh, I hear
go
two
ahead, Chris.
people. Both of you guys can go. I just don't know who's talking.
Go, Chris.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I think Eric was Julie's like date because Brian and I weren't drinking the Kool-Aid yet. We were drinking it from at home, but I think Brian is probably more like me. We took a little bit longer to go all in, but I think Eric and Julie had the shift at the same time, and it was that event. And it's been great since. I don't have my numbers crunched like she does, but I can't wait to do convention. Convention online last year was spectacular, so I can't even begin to imagine what that's going to be like in person. So I can hardly wait. So that's all I wanted to share.
This was me and Eric. Day 1. Day 2, we were like, day 3, we're like, this is for real. Like, seriously, we could, it's just interesting. Your wall comes down and you're like, we could actually do this and help a lot of people.
So awesome. Tammy, I see your mute button off. Did you want to share or were you just off mute?
Those conversations today, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, well, who am I going to talk to? And I just started replying to stories the other day. Just went through and just, someone was saying about, it's so nice not to have traffic. I'm like, I can totally relate. It's so nice being in Alabama. Someone says, are you in Florida? I said, no, I'm in Alabama. It was just, I'll just say this, it was easier than I thought. So thank you.
Awesome. I love it. Guys, trust the process. It definitely works. We're going to finish up tonight. Please lean into your mentors. Maybe a lot of these calls we get riled up and then we're like, cool, what do I do? I'm riled up. I'm ready to go. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. And then you're like, now what? So if that's you and you're like, now what? I'm fired up, but I don't know what to go do next. Please put that in your business thread. I think Dobby hit it head on. She's like, I had this story about asking for help and it's not real. So let's end on that. Go ask for
Hey,
help.
real quick, honey,
Yeah.
real quick. Sorry. I know you can't see this, but the Nalties were trying to add something. I just want to make sure if
Thank
you
you,
have
thank
something,
you.
yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, let's go for it. I can't see them on my screen at all. There you guys are. Okay. Because it's 2 pages. Nalties, please share. Sorry about that.
No problem. It's one of the things, and I thank you guys so much for doing this. One of the things that comes into my head, and I tell myself it's okay to do nice things for people. What we're doing is so phenomenal. And so whenever those thoughts that come in and go, oh, I'm tired, or this is going on, it's okay to do nice things for people. What we're doing is off the chain, literally, and you could understand why a lot of people really can't grasp what we're doing because of the authenticity of what the program offers them, because they haven't been drinking the Kool-Aid. So, we drank it and it still tastes good to us, and we're gonna keep drinking and sharing it. So thank you so much. Thanks, Tim. Keep exercising. You're my mentor. You're the guy I look to, man. I'm trying to get like you.
I love it, you guys. Well, have a blessed night, everybody. We love you. We thank you for tuning in and investing in yourselves. And thank you all for the encouragement, towards us for doing these. It's our blessing to be a blessing, says the Nalties. So have a good night and we'll talk with you guys soon.